Picture two people standing at the edge of a cliff. One waits for the perfect wind conditions while the other spreads their wings and soars. Most of us live trapped in an endless cycle of preparation without execution. We tell ourselves we'll start living fully once we lose weight, get that promotion, or find a perfect moment. But life doesn't wait for our permission to begin. Every day we postpone our transformation is another day we choose ordinary over extraordinary. The truth is, you already possess everything needed to transform your life completely. Within you lies a dormant power waiting to be awakened. Not tomorrow, not next month, but right now, in this very moment. You are not a work in progress waiting to be completed. You are a magnificent, complete, worthy being who simply forgot your own magnificence for a time. Think of yourself as the master artisan of your own temple. Every thought you choose, every word you speak with conviction, every deliberate action you take becomes a sacred chisel stroke. This is how you rapidly shape your existence from mere survival into a testament of profound purpose and unshakable inner peace. The path forward requires 3 foundational shifts in how you approach life. First, you must embrace identity first, living with unwavering courage. Instead of waiting to feel healthy before acting healthy, declare now that you are someone who values health. Second, you must cultivate radical curiosity over crippling criticism. When setbacks occur, ask what you can learn instead of what you did wrong. Third, you must harness the compounding power of now through daily deliberate action. Readiness is not an emotion that arrives before you begin, but a decision that grows as you move forward. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision becomes the engine that transforms your deepest pain into your greatest power. It turns your most arduous struggles into inexhaustible sources of strength and wisdom. This is not about seeking applause from the crowd, but about embodying truth itself. Your transformed life becomes a living sermon, demonstrating to the world what is possible when a human spirit refuses to outsource its power. Starting today, you must plant the seeds of enduring transformation through specific, intentional habits. Begin each morning by claiming your day with intentional presence. Before the world's demands invade your mind, ask yourself what your deepest self wants to create today. Practice the sacred 3-breath pause in every difficult moment. This single breath breaks the spell of impulse, allowing wisdom to choose your response. Replace criticism with curiosity in every setback. What could you learn becomes more powerful than what did you do wrong. Most people live their entire lives as prisoners of their own making. They build invisible bars from limiting beliefs, procrastination, and the fear of what others might think. Meanwhile, the key to their freedom hangs within easy reach, waiting for them to simply turn it. We convince ourselves that external circumstances define our reality. We blame the economy, our upbringing, our boss, or our luck for our current situation. But these external forces, while influential, do not determine the core of who we are. The gap between knowing what we should do and what we actually do is where dreams die. This is where potential remains dormant and where lives remain unexamined day after day. Your identity is not a garment you receive from an external hand. It is something you claim, something you earn through the quiet daily evidence of your choices. When you declare something profound and truthful about yourself, your actions naturally align with that belief. This brave internal declaration demands courage because the external world might not immediately recognize your newly claimed self. But you are not undertaking this transformation for their applause or understanding. Every time you declare with conviction that you are someone who values health, your body responds. When you decide to be a leader today, rather than waiting for a promotion, your presence shifts. The world begins to notice the change in your energy before you even realize it yourself. This is the profound shift from chasing external outcomes to claiming internal identity. You become the rhythm keeper who brings the erratic song of your life back into harmony. Your internal dialogue is a sacred chisel perpetually sculpting your reality. The way you speak to yourself in quiet moments shapes your mindset, your actions, and your entire future. Replace passive thoughts like, someday I'll try, with direct commands like, I will do this today. Command yourself to get up, start now, move forward without negotiation. These are not empty slogans, but direct instructions your brain will follow. Identity first living means you no longer postpone your well-being until external conditions align. You do not defer your leadership until a title is granted. You do not wait for permission to create, to grow, or to become who you are meant to be. Life becomes lighter when you stop pretending and start authentically expressing who you are. The burden of chasing transforms into the freedom of simply being. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision requires you to separate the authentic voice of truth from the deceptive whispers of fear. Fear tells you to wait until you feel ready, until conditions are perfect, until everyone approves. Truth tells you that now is the only moment you have, that perfection is an illusion, and that your approval of yourself matters most. When you align with truth instead of fear, your entire life shifts into a higher frequency. When something goes wrong in your life, your default reaction reveals everything about your future trajectory. Most people immediately descend into judgment, criticism, and self-attack. They believe this harsh internal critique provides control over chaos. But criticism starves growth, while curiosity feeds it. The mindset shift that changes everything is choosing curiosity over criticism in every moment of difficulty. This single choice unlocks opportunities, deepens relationships, and elevates your self-worth. When you ask what you can learn instead of what you did wrong, you create a sacred pause. In this pause, something profound cracks open, revealing new possibilities and fresh perspectives. Curiosity invites learning and expansion, while criticism shuts down potential. When you encounter a setback, resist the urge to judge and choose instead to investigate. What patterns led to this outcome, and what different choices might create different results? This gentle inquiry transforms every failure into valuable feedback and every mistake into wisdom. You begin to see challenges not as evidence of your inadequacy, but as information for your growth. The practice extends beyond external events to your deepest inner dialogue. Learn to pause for 3 conscious breaths before reacting to any emotional trigger. This brief delay allows your creativity to choose your response rather than defaulting to old patterns. You reclaim your power to respond with intention instead of reacting from habit. This shift from automatic reaction to conscious choice immediately elevates your entire experience. Curiosity also means approaching your own limitations with compassion rather than contempt. When you notice yourself procrastinating, struggling, or falling short of your intentions, ask why. What need is this behavior attempting to meet, and how can you meet that need more effectively? This loving investigation reveals the wisdom hidden beneath your resistance. You discover that most self-sabotage is actually self-protection in disguise. Replace the harsh inner critic with a gentle inner scientist. Observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with the same fascination you would bring to studying a new species. What triggers certain responses and what environments support your best self? This curious exploration removes the shame and blame that keep you stuck in old patterns. You become an expert on yourself rather than your own worst enemy. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision to choose curiosity transforms your relationship with uncertainty. Instead of fearing the unknown, you begin to see it as a field of infinite possibility. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to discover new strengths you didn't know you possessed. Every setback becomes a chance to develop resilience, creativity, and wisdom. You stop avoiding difficulty and start embracing it as your teacher and guide. The promise of a better future is not realized through grand gestures or perfect moments. It is built through the purposeful work you commit to today, this hour, this very minute. You do not need to wait for readiness to magically descend upon you like divine blessing. Readiness is not an emotion that arrives before you begin, but a decision that grows as you move forward. Every micro decision you make is a powerful vote cast for the person you're becoming. Just as no single ballot decides an election, no one choice will define you. But consistent votes, consistent actions repeated faithfully, will shape everything. The compound effect of small intentional acts will silently reshape your mind, body, and entire life. True progress begins the moment you choose to move, even with trembling hands. Even if your voice shakes, even if your heart pounds with uncertainty, movement creates momentum. The people who achieve extraordinary results understand and follow a sacred rhythm. They build their lives from simple, powerful habits that most others overlook or dismiss. Consider the profound mathematics of transformation. Just 10 minutes of focused reading daily amounts to 60 hours of concentrated learning per year. 10 minutes of movement daily builds strength, energy, and mental clarity that compounds exponentially. 10 minutes of reflection daily develops self-awareness that guides better decisions for decades. These small investments seem insignificant until you realize their cumulative power. The secret of immediate change is to act immediately without negotiation or delay. Later is where dreams go to die, but now is where life truly begins. When you know what needs to be done, you must do it in this very moment. Even the smallest imperfect step taken immediately shatters the paralyzing pattern of delay. Action creates clarity, while thinking in circles creates confusion. Your daily actions must consistently reflect your deepest values. When this alignment locks into place, something unshakable forms within you. You develop an internal resonance that radiates outward and attracts opportunities. People sense your authenticity and consistency even when you're not trying to impress them. Your presence becomes magnetic because it emanates from genuine internal coherence. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision means refusing to negotiate with your resistance. When you know you should exercise, move your body immediately without debate. When you know you should create, begin writing or building without waiting for inspiration. When you know you should rest, honor that need without guilt or apology. Trust your inner knowing and act on it before doubt can creep in and paralyze you. Your environment shapes your destiny more than you realize. Just as a gardener carefully tends their soil, you must consciously choose who and what surrounds you. The information you consume, the conversations you engage in, the spaces you inhabit, all program your subconscious mind. Most people allow their environment to happen to them rather than deliberately designing it. Decide with firm conviction what deserves your precious attention. Ruthlessly remove everything that does not serve your highest good. Learn to say no to energy-draining activities, endless digital scrolling, and people who pull you away from your path. This conscious curation is not selfishness, but strategic self-leadership. You cannot pour from an empty cup or lead others to places you have never been. Your morning ritual sets the tone for your entire day. Before the world's demands invade your mind, claim those first precious minutes. Ask yourself what your deepest self wants to create today. This simple question grounds you in purpose and prevents your hours from being hijacked by reaction. Make it a declaration spoken aloud or whispered in your heart that you are the conscious creator of your day. Physical movement honors your body as the sacred vessel of your purpose. Your body holds the energy you need to build your future. You owe it to yourself to feel strong, capable, and vibrantly alive. Whether it's a 10-minute walk, stretching routine, or focused workout, daily movement builds mental strength and clarity. It reminds you that you are not your excuses and that you possess the power to move forward despite discomfort. Every promise you make to yourself builds or erodes your self-respect. When you commit to wake up at a certain time, write one page, or speak kindly to yourself, follow through. This consistent integrity between your words and actions strengthens your belief in yourself. You build undeniable internal proof that you can count on yourself. This quiet reliability becomes the foundation of unshakable confidence. Focus deeply on one priority and guard it fiercely. In a world that scatters attention, transformation demands focused intention. Choose the single priority that matters most for your future and commit with devotion. Cut away every distraction and competing demand that does not serve this core goal. Most people scatter their energy across multiple pursuits, achieving little while focused effort creates lasting substance. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision requires you to become a creator rather than merely a consumer. Dedicate focused time each day to building something meaningful with your own hands and mind. Whether writing, designing, learning, or creating, this act replaces doubt with direction. It reminds you that your time is valuable, not to be passed but invested in shaping your desired future. Every evening becomes an opportunity for course correction through honest self-reflection. Dedicate a few quiet minutes to assess your progress without judgment or harsh criticism. Ask what you did well today, where you wasted time, and what you will do differently tomorrow. This simple habit of written self-honesty is the only path to real sustainable growth. It allows you to adjust before small slips become destructive patterns. Comfort is the assassin of dreams, keeping extraordinary people living ordinary lives. When life offers you ease and familiarity, remind yourself that effort is the rule, not the exception. Embrace the discomfort of learning, expanding, and venturing beyond the familiar. True transformation blossoms outside your comfort zone in the spaces that challenge you. Make the conscious decision to challenge yourself daily, even in small ways. Cultivate a fresh start mindset that rejects the illusion of tomorrow. Do not wait for arbitrary calendar milestones to begin your transformation. Every moment is a chance to shed your past self and step into who you are becoming. Be vigilant against the brain bubble of fleeting excitement that dissolves without sustained effort. This continuous daily renewal ensures your commitment is an enduring force, not a temporary burst. Use plain action-oriented language with yourself as your inner commander. Replace passive thoughts like, "Someday I'll try," with direct instructions like, "I will do this today." Your brain is wired for instruction and will follow clear commands. This shift from passive thinking to active commanding clarifies intent and compels action. Speak to yourself with the authority of someone who expects to be obeyed. Your individual journey is not an isolated act of self-improvement. It is an interconnected thread in the vast tapestry of humanity. Every time you choose authenticity over approval, truth over comfortable illusion, growth over stagnation, you contribute to massive cultural transformation. You help heal the split between who we are and who we pretend to be. Your example inspires countless others to embark on their own journey of discovery. The world does not need more echoes, but more original voices. Voices clear and true, built upon the foundation of inner integrity and unwavering action. Your transformed life becomes a living sermon demonstrating what is possible. You show others that another way of living exists beyond the default patterns of society. This is how individual change creates collective evolution. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision transforms you into someone who builds what is right for the benefit of all. You embrace rigorous discipline to act despite resistance, to move forward when your legs feel weary. Each small step chips away at the old limiting narratives that once held you captive. Your mission is not to seek applause, but to embody truth itself. This is the path to unshakable inner strength that endures when the world trembles. It is the courage to speak up for yourself, articulate your needs, defend your values even when your voice trembles. Silence chosen from fear becomes a suffocating prison separating you from opportunities and growth. This is the long game played not for temporary recognition, but for enduring impact. A legacy etched in transformed hearts and liberated minds that preaches truth long after your voice fades. You possess inexhaustible power that emanates from being lit by inner conviction. This internal flame burns so bright, so rooted in your essence, that no external crisis can extinguish it. When you stand in this truth, you become a beacon for others lost in confusion and doubt. Your clarity cuts through the noise, your peace calms the storm, your strength steadies the shaking. This is how one transformed life changes the fabric of reality itself. The choice for immediate transformative change thunders in your heart right now, not as a gentle whisper from an uncertain future, but as an undeniable call to action. In this moment lies the ability to transform your life and the world forever. You have the power to break free from the chains of delay and self-doubt. You can embody a vision of life lived in the radiant light of what you abundantly are. Stand tall with unwavering commitment to grow, learn, serve, and evolve. In this sacred act of building, you do not merely change your individual life. You ignite a revolution that changes the world itself. One truthful word spoken with courage, one disciplined action executed with intention, one powerful habit cultivated with consistency. This is how we build, how we rise, how we elevate all humanity. Starting today, plant seeds of enduring transformation with specific intentional habits. Claim your morning with presence. Practice the 3-breath pause. Replace criticism with curiosity. Adopt identity statements that reflect who you are becoming. Act immediately on what you know needs doing. Dedicate 1 hour daily to personal growth. Honor every promise to yourself, no matter how small. Engage in daily physical movement that honors your body. Review your day with honest compassion every evening. Choose growth over comfort day after day. Focus on one priority and guard it fiercely. The power to change your life resides not in tomorrow, but in the unwavering decision you make right now. This decision rises above currents of doubt and tides of fear. It transforms pain into power, struggles into strength. Your sacred mission is to embody truth, allowing your life to become a living sermon. You demonstrate to the world what is possible when a human spirit refuses to outsource its power. You stand like a lion in the desert, strong, silent, and fiercely self-possessed.